Topical and atypical. Unfiltered and independent. 100% authentic and intelligent.
Good morning, everybody. I just want to apologize now because we're still having mic issues. But we're going to get it together. We're going to get it together. And tomorrow, there will not be mic issues. And that's great to know. Tomorrow, there will not be mic issues. Also, by tomorrow, you'll be able to listen to the show on podcast. Yes, you'll be able to listen to the show on podcast. So good morning, everybody. How are you doing out there? I hope everybody is having let's just call it a manageable new year. Can we call it that? Let's just call it a manageable new year so far. Let's call it a manageable new year. I am, that's how I feel for this new year. I'm coming in ready for war. So I've got my Mandalorian mug. That's my mug of the day. Okay. And yes, there is like crazy snow everywhere. For some reason, there isn't in New York, which I don't know what that's about. But for some reason, we have been spared. I'm not complaining about it. But we have been spared. So yes, that's right, Peaceful Wretch. You can call me a Mandalorian. So shout out to everybody who is joining us for the first time here on Views from AmandaLand. Thank you. You are now about to get into, this is a different kind of experience. Views from AmandaLand is news and truths by any joke necessary. I say that, yeah, we are waking up on the right side of history. That's what we're doing. So if you are listening to us on the podcast, shout out to you. If you are over here on Instagram, then you need to come and join us on YouTube, because that's where we really are. And we're here in the chat and we are having a grand old time. I always want to ask, where is everybody from? So please tell me, where are you from? Where are you guys watching from? Actually, let me be clear. Where are you watching from? Where are you watching from? That's actually the real question. Where are you watching from? I want to know, because I love that we really be like in a whole other world. Okay. So we got Texas, we got Bangor, Pennsylvania, we got Alexandria, VA, we got DFW, that's Dallas. We got Vincy Land. I'm assuming that is San Vincent. Yes. We got the Emerald Coast. I don't know what the Emerald Coast is. Put me on to the Emerald Coast. We got Shanae is watching from her desk in Northern Virginia. Okay. Shanae, and if you hear noise in the background, that's because they building me a closet. Okay, they building me a closet. We got New York. Okay, we got Bedside to be Pacific. We got Uptown Washington Heights. Okay, so shout out to everybody uptown. Shout out to everybody at Maricón drinking a Mori Soñando. We got folks in the south of in the south of New York City, so NoHo. But then we got folks in South Africa. Oh my God! The fact that we be international, just like look at this. We got Lima, Peru joining. We got East London, England. We've got Toronto. I don't know what kind of accent I just gave you for Toronto, but Toronto, Canada. So, man, we got La República Dominicana. This is good. We got Utah. So I love it. And let me tell you, Mrs. Benny B said, I'm watching from the bed. Okay. She said, I'm watching from the bed. All right. Worcester, is Worcester Boston? I don't know, but we've got South London. We've got Dublin, Ireland. Oh my gosh, we have so many people over there in the UK. We've got, look at this, Camden. Then we just had San Diego, California, but she said, I'm BX Puerto Rico though. I'm BX Puerto Rico though. I love y'all in the bed watching because y'all like, I'm still in it. I'm still in it. Like, I'm still in it. So we love that. We got somebody from so-called Australia. That's right. That's right. So-called Australia. Mm-hmm. So shout out to everybody who is joining us and everybody who is here for the first time. Welcome, welcome. I am really excited to really lock in and to be doing this with you all. I want to give you an idea of how things work because, you know, this was still new and finding its feet when I started. So I've mapped things out a bit more. Okay. I've mapped things out a bit more. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you can join us here live, 10 a.m. Eastern. And we are here at YouTube TV. You can also listen to the podcast. Thursdays, you'll get a chance to do the bonus, to listen to the bonus question. So what is the bonus question? I will reveal later on in the show, but basically every week I will pose a bonus question that you guys get to leave me voicemails with your answers to. And then I'm going to do a segment where I'm responding to those answers. It won't be live though, but y'all get to check it out every Thursday. And then on Friday, we have my segment, Things I Learned This Week. Yeah. Where I share some interesting things that I have learned over the course of the week. And I'm going to also start being able to give you the option to leave voicemails about your things that you've learned this week. So we're working on elevating and rolling out all of these things, but really excited to be able to, just create more interactive ways for you guys to be a part of the show. Remember, we got a couple things that we got to just always get out the way. First, want to remind you, please try and watch for 20 minutes. Please try and watch for at least 20 minutes so the algorithm can keep this thing going. Remember, I do this show with no backing, no support, just for the love. So as an independent creative, I rely on your support. If you cannot support with dollars, at least support with subscriptions. So at least subscribe to the channel, comment, like, all that good stuff. And if you do want to elevate your support, then you can subscribe to my Patreon and be a part of the SEAL Squad, okay? If you watch the episode, but you still like, I want to show even more love, just replay the episode. And the replay posse be doing its own thing too. They come back and drop comments in the comments because right now we're live. So the comment section isn't open. See how that works? Okay. Now remember to drop a seal in the chat if you enjoy something I've said. Also, remember to tell your friends about what we're doing over here. Okay. The best way to spread the word is to actually literally spread the word. Text them, send them a link, all the above, but let them know that when they come through to Views from AmandaLand, they're going to get news and truths. By any joke necessary. Because your girl got to bring in some funny, okay? I got to bring in some funny. Got to bring in some funny. Speaking of bringing in things, you know, a lot of people were like, Amanda, we didn't get our Harriet Tubman pins. I didn't get them, you know, not that they didn't actually get them, but they missed the opportunity to get them. And so the Harriet Tubman pin is back from January 6th to January 12th, okay? So you get 6 days to order the Harriet Tubman pin. And you can go to AmandaLandExports.com. If you want to get you a Harriet Tubman pin, all you got to do is go to AmandaLandExports.com and get you a Harriet Tubman pistol pin, okay? All of these things go to supporting the independent creative work that I do, which, as we all know, is work that challenges the establishment. And so it is not easy to get like sponsorships and things like that when you are not going along with the status quo. That's why it ends up being the support of the grassroots and people like you that allow me to continue to do this work that I do. Also want to remind you that if you are here in the chat and you're like, dang, I really like what she said and I want to show some love for that, you can also do what's called throwing up a super. Yeah, you can actually like do a super here in YouTube. And if you're really feeling it, baby, just go into the Cash App. Okay, just go to the Cash App and show your love that way. Go to the Cash App and show your love. All right. So hold on, I'm gonna do this. So did anyone have any I saw a meme that I really enjoyed, that I think was really cool because it said no resolutions, just revolutions. And I was like, yeah, I really appreciated that. So now I'm not going to ask y'all about New Year's resolutions. I'm not going to ask y'all about New Year's resolutions because we're all about New Year's revolutions. I like that we are at 350 viewers. Let's see if we can double that before the show is over. Hello. Yes, LaKay. These are the church announcements. These are the church announcements. Oh, also, this is our calendar, and it'll tell us when we have things coming up. I know you can barely see it, so I'll tell you. Tomorrow, we will have my sister, Netta, who is a licensed dietitian. She'll be joining us for a segment on how we can implement some new options for our health this year in our diet. So Netta will be joining us to talk about that. And on Wednesday, we have comedian Roy Wood Jr. joining us for 60-second headlines. And for our guest of the week, we have astrologist Laura Chung, who will give us the United States' reading, or basically like the world's reading for the show. So we have a great week ahead of us. Looking forward to it. And someone's over here talking about Amanda get on other shows. I don't need to get on other shows. This is my show. Why I need to go over to Zeteo so I could be answering to Mehdi? Mehdi got his own shit. I don't need to go over there. This is my show. Trust me, I will take this over going over there to get subscribers. Nah, don't tell your people in Zeteo comments to come over here. Yeah, I like being by myself, and I like not having to answer to nobody, and I like not having to go to meetings that I don't feel like going to. No, I'm over here and I'm doing me. Okay. Now, speaking of doing me, let me tell you what we got up for today's show. We are going to be talking about Apple. We're going to talk about IZZY. IZZY is short for that country whose name we do not say, and they're having a hissy fit that is resonating over here in the United States. I'm going to tell you what that's all about. We also have our 60-second headlines. So we're going to talk about Trump getting sentenced and more. We're also going to have the Gangsta Globes. Yes, there was the Golden Globes, but we're going to have the Gangsta Globes, honoring nations around the world that are setting an example for being G'd up from the feet up. Okay? Yes. So look out for that. All right. Are we ready to get into our word of the day, people? I said, are we ready to get into our word of the day, people? Okay, we are. I was waiting. Let's get into our word of the day. Our word of the day is what is it? It's Lusulian. Dang it. I had gotten the pronunciation and now and now I can't remember the pronunciation. Lucullen. Okay. The word is Lucullen. It's a specialty food. It means extremely luxurious. Lucullen. Lucullen. Lucullan. It's an adjective that means extremely luxurious. Can anyone use this in a sentence? You're right, Kismet. It's so luxurious, I couldn't even say it. Lucullen, okay? Lucullen. The word is extremely luxurious. Can anyone use it in a sentence? BC said, Lucullen, that's my boy from down the street. That is not correct, but somehow it is correct. Yeah, so we're going to give it a ding. We're going to give it a ding. Let's see. Anybody, can you use it in a sentence? Well, Old Greece asks, does it mean more or less so than extravagant? I mean, I would think extremely luxurious is extravagant. We have Peaceful Wretch said, Miracle Whip is just LaCullen mayo. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. Yes. FG Apothecary Co. said, wearing my crystals instead of manufactured diamonds is LaCullen to me. Yes, yes. I like that. I like your change of thought right there. Joni Toole said, had a LaCullen omelet for late supper last night. Breakfast for dinner. Yes. Yes. I like that. I like that. Oh, and now we got someone who's using multiple words. LaCullen food is not always salubrious food. Does anybody remember what salubrious means? And this is a good time for me to let you all know that on Wednesday, January 29th, we will have our review episode. We'll have our review episode where I will give you all the opportunity to come on camera and win a prize for knowing facts that we have discussed over the past month. Yes, I'm looking forward to that. Ooh, I'm looking forward to that. Does anybody remember what salubrious means? Does anyone remember what salubrious means? What salubrious means? Anyone? Looks like nobody remembers what salubrious means. So yes, Rich, salubrious means good for your health. I remember using it in relation to therapy. That is right. Salubrious, healthy, health giving. We love it. We love it. We love it. That is our word of the day, y'all. That is our word of the day. Shout out to everybody for participating. I believe it is time that we find ourselves in some Blackurate news.
Blackurate news. Politics. Blackurate news. Pop. Culture. Blackurate news. Sports. Blackurate news. Justice.
All right. Let's get started with some Blackurate news. Okay. Apple pays up. So Apple has agreed to pay $95 million to settle a lawsuit accusing the privacy-minded company of deploying its virtual assistant Siri to eavesdrop on people using its iPhone and other trendy devices, like Apple Watches, iPads, etc. So the thing about it, though, is this. They make $750 billion in profits. So that's literally 0.01% of their gains. This isn't even a slap on the wrist. This is like a slap is too strong. This is like a love tap. This is like we would kindly appreciate if you would not do that. Like, that's what this is. These companies, they really do whatever they want. They really do whatever they want. They're massive and they are huge parts of the gross national product. So they really don't, they don't get pressed to really actually be honest. But I'm wondering, like, what conversations is Siri even listening to? Okay, what conversations is Siri even hearing? In my mind, at least over the last month, these are some examples of the conversations that Apple overheard in American households. One, they heard arguments at Christmas family gatherings. You better get your sister. You better get your sister. She keep talking to me sideways. I'm going to have her outside sleeping in the manger with baby Jesus. Okay? That's the type of conversation Apple was hearing over the last month. Apple was also overhearing drunk self-talk on New Year's. That's what Siri was listening to. She was listening to you be like, New Year, say me, y'all hoes better get demure, but I'ma come for mine. That's right, I'ma come for mine. It's my time. I'ma come for mine. Yeah. World, yeah, this world is mine. Y'all know what it is. Like, that's what they were overhearing. Okay, Apple, yo Siri was listening on American Conversations for the last month. They heard folks crying and singing along with the Luther Vandross documentary. Don't you remember you told me you love me, baby? Yes. I'm so happy they gave Luther his story. He deserved it. Yes, Luther, you better say. You better say. That's the conversations that Siri's overhearing. So do what you must, Apple. Do what you must. But otherwise, you just heard people crying about the fact that we about to have a new regime and nobody really knows what's going on. But it's going to come at us. And all of these phones, all of these computers, anything with a camera, et cetera, it's listening. Edward Snowden told you that. Okay? They listening, they looking, all that stuff. And all I want to know is, Apple, just let us know if you overhear aliens talking about they coming to take the real ones back. That's all I want to know. If while you listening, just listen out for that and let me know so I can pat. Because I know they taking me. Okay? I know they taking me. Yeah. And I'm gonna be over there like I'm gonna just already know the alien talk. Like I didn't even know that I knew it, but I knew it. They're gonna be like, and I'm gonna be like, oh my God, exactly. Yes. You know, I have always said that the white people are going to be the most shocked when aliens come back, because when you look at movies where aliens come, the white people are always shocked, and the aliens are doing exactly what colonizers have been doing since they decided to be on their colonizing. And they even do it on ships. Okay. They even do it on ships. So that's what's going to be funny for me. All right. Now, let's get into this next story. This is a lot. Okay? It's a lot. It's a lot. So basically, a lot of y'all, I believe, particularly in Black households, really didn't know anything about Israel politically until October 7th. You may have heard about Israel in your church, Bible study. You may have heard about Israel if you have friends who are in politics, but a lot of people really didn't know about the relationship of Israel to the United States until October 7th. So it should raise some flags for you that there are so many politicians on both sides, right? So Republicans and Democrats, who are really staunchly committed to the preservation of not only the country of Israel, but of their ability to be literally ungovernable by international law. So much so that they're creating legislation around dealing with American citizens in relation to another country, which I've never seen before. Okay? Let's start with Senator Ted Cruz, who said this at the recent Turning Point conference. Oops, sorry, that's the wrong one. Hold on, y'all. Oh no, that was the right one.
Israeli government will now get you expelled from university and even arrested. Also, US universities that tolerate free speech on Israel-Palestine will have all funding cut off. This was announced by Ted Cruz yesterday at a Turning Point USA conference that Trump also attended.
The anti-Semitic protests we've seen at universities will end next year. You will be arrested, you will be expelled, and if you're a foreigner, you will be deported. We're going to see universities that tolerate anti-Semitism having their federal funds cut off.
Okay, so just a side note, when he said foreigner, at first I thought he had said if you're a hoarder. And I was like, why are they deporting hoarders? Got it. So when we see really extreme behavior like this, it should always raise a flag for you, because that just is logically, it doesn't make any sense. It's literally illogical that the concept of anti-Semitism is attached to political challenging, and that a university, a college would have funding removed if they are actually raising questions about challenging a government in another nation. So when you saw the bill that is being pushed through around nonprofits that are supporting terrorism, that is actually to be able to defund colleges and universities who are allowing their students to protest, because colleges and universities are nonprofits. So a lot of times what we see as a headline may seem like one thing, but it requires us to do make a couple little extra steps to truly understand what is really at the root of the goal. And I think some people would see a headline that says like, they're going to take funding from organizations that support terrorism and say, well, yes, they should. But, you know, we've seen a number of organizations that support alt-right behavior, they support racist behavior, and they continue to be able to be functioning, practicing nonprofits. Now, if you're wanting to know what Turning Point is, Turning Point USA was started by Charlie Kirk, who is this like raging conservative. And the organization's mission is to identify, educate, train, and organize students to promote the principles of freedom, free markets, and limited government. So just what that actually means is we want to train people to push capitalism, and that is actually just white preservation. That's what that is. And of course, Trump and the rest of the gang were all there. So that should give you pause. Something else that should give you pause is there's a law that has been brought to the table in New York by Jack M. Martins. He's a senator for the 7th District. So that's like Long Island, like Oyster Bay, Old Westbury, Glen Cove, Mineola. The law is S8625. I wish I had put it on the screen, but I'll read it to you. Okay. This is how it reads. The bill reads, enacts the New York State Anti-Semitism Vandalism Act, which establishes the crime of vandalism of pro-Israel print, which provides a Class A misdemeanor for any individual who intentionally destroys, damages, removes, or causes to be destroyed, damaged, or removed any banner, poster, flyer, or billboard which is located in a public space where the intent or purpose of such banner, poster, flyer, or billboard is to bring awareness for Israeli individuals who have been victims of a crime, or to positively support the country of or citizens of Israel in any way. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is literally saying that if I see a poster that says big ups to Israelis and I take it down, I can get a Class A misdemeanor. I can be fined. Okay? I can be fined. Now, I think that is one, censorship, but it is also two, more than they've ever done for actual citizens of America. Like, do you see people, if I have, let me tell you this, every year, Fred Hampton's gravesite is shot up on his birthday by police. Every year. Does that make any sense to you? Every year. So when we talk about exactly, Brit P, extremism, this is extremism, because you're literally saying, thank you. You're literally saying that you're going to go to such great lengths to silence people that you will make it a crime for them to remove a poster. So it's not vandalism to put the poster up, but it's vandalism to take the poster down. Does that make sense to anybody else? Okay. And yes, you can burn an American flag. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Emmett Till's memorial plaque, often violated and vandalized. Often. This is about a whole other country. I'll take it to another level for y'all. So this bill passed in the House on May 16th. And it is now set to be on the agenda for the Senate, and it's called the Israeli Security Assistance Support Act. I want you to listen very, very close, okay? This bill specifies that no federal funds may be used to withhold, halt, reverse, or cancel the delivery of defense articles or defense services to Israel. So to translate, that basically says that anybody who has an organization that has received any federal funding or grants, etc., cannot be a part of any type of stopping of defense, stopping of weapons going to Israel. What this also means is that when you had Bernie Sanders, who had created a bill for this very purpose to stop weapons going to Israel, they're saying this act prevents that from being able to happen. This act prevents you from being able to prevent Israel from getting weapons. Because they also add, also, no funds may be used to pay the salary of any Department of Defense or Department of State employee who acts to limit defense deliveries to Israel. So you see members of the Department of Defense, members of the Department of State who are leaving because they're like, yo, like, this is crazy the way that we are allowing for this, there's certain words I can't say or else they're going to stop this video, but they're allowing for things to continue that are harming large, massive amounts of people. Additionally, the DOD and the State Department shall ensure prompt delivery of all defense articles and services expected to be delivered to Israel in FY 2024 and FY 2025 fiscal year. That's what that means. Unobligated funds for operation and maintenance for the Office of the Secretary of Defense, diplomatic programs for the Office of the Secretary of Defense, and the National Security Council may not be spent until each office certifies to Congress that any withheld defense articles or services are delivered to Israel. DOD and the State Department must obligate any remaining funds for assistance to Israel. I want you to hear what that just said. DOD and the State Department must obligate any remaining funds for assistance to Israel. So Joni said, this better apply to support for Ukraine on the flip. And I'm going to tell you why it's not going to. Ukraine is, okay, this is my theory. Let me just state that. This is my theory. Ukraine is a stronghold of sorts, but it is not a source of like expansion in the same way that owning the Middle East would be. They need Ukraine to kind of like keep Russia at bay the same way that they are using Taiwan to keep China at bay. However, even though Israel was there to keep Iran at bay, they are like making a move now. They feel like they have created a situation where they can actually make a move and make a play to really get a stronghold and to steal resources and to do a land grab in order to create a canal that would incredibly elevate their ability to make money, et cetera, et cetera. This really ends up really being about money at the end of the day. So when we see these types of things, we have to understand globally that America is looking at the earth, right, as a military field. And they're looking at it saying, how do we have the most control? And that's why you'll see bases all over the world in places that you're like, why would there be bases in Djibouti? But because there's the motherland, you have to have bases all over. When America invaded the country of Grenada, when America I have to do that every time. When America invaded Grenada, it was largely in part because Grenada had a position in the Caribbean Sea that they could not allow to be to be taken by Cuba, because that would have meant that Cuba is now closer to South America. You see what I'm saying? So like when you're looking at the board, you're looking at the world, you're looking at a board. Yes, Britt, it is like a game of Battleship. It's like a game of Risk. And so you're looking at the board, seeing how can you create fortresses, so to speak, all over so that you can retain money and power. Now, Trish says it's about money, but it's also about white supremacy. And I would venture to say that white supremacy is about money. At this point in the world, white supremacy is directly connected to money. Like the value of their supremacy is attached to their ability to have a economic stronghold. And this is why you see such fear when you see like India and China and Russia ganging up together, or squatting up together, I should say. This is why you see such fear when you see nations in Africa saying, you know what, we don't want y'all here no more, and we about to squat up. I mean, Ghana just announced that they have removed the need for visas for any other African countries. And these are the types of steps, and these are the types of things that can really change the way that the country operates, the way that the world operates. So I think it's really important that we pay attention to this. Now, meanwhile, let's get some positive news. They can make all the laws they want, but at the end of the day, folks are waking up. Okay? The American Historical Association, which is the largest membership of professional historians in the world, has voted 428 to 88 to condemn the Israeli Scholasticide in Gaza. Does anyone know what Scholasticide is? Can anyone tell me what Scholasticide is? Now, again, things like this may seem perfunctory. They may seem performative. One, I will say that every little bit counts, but two, I will also say that we were just talking about colleges and universities and how they are targeting them. Well, where do you think these historians be working at? Yes, they write books, but for the most part, they are engaged in professorial positions at colleges where many of them are tenured. And what a tenure is when you are able to not be fired. So let's see what a scholasticide is. Mr. Nickajackadam said to intentionally target the intellectuals, teachers, thinkers, and cultural bearers. Yes, that is correct. Andrietta Sims says killing of scholarly research. Yep, that is correct. Alicia G said decanting schools and education system. That is correct. And BC says sounds like what's going on in Florida. That is correct. That is correct. We are going to talk about that later on this week with Roy Wood Jr. But you know what it really is when you look at what's going on in Gaza, they have targeted intellectuals actively. They have also targeted schools and universities. There are no places of learning left originally standing in Gaza. Now they have started to rebuild because that's just what Palestinians is going to do. Okay, that's what Palestinians is going to do. They're going to rebuild. Yes, Brittany Wells. I'm a free professor, but I don't want to be a free professor. So y'all get your Harriet Tubman pens. Okay, get your Harriet Tubman pens. But a scholasticide, and yes, somebody said it in here. Wait, somebody, that's right. Andrietta brought it back. Side means killing. The Latin root side means killing. Now, a lot of words in English have Latin roots. So for instance, when you see omy, O-M-Y, that means removal of. Appendectomy, removal of your appendix. Hysterectomy, removal of your uterus. When you see Itis. Itis means inflammation of. Appendicitis, right? Appendicitis is inflammation of the appendix. We back with the appendix, Amanda? So we always are, it's very helpful to solve what words mean by knowing their roots. And side means killing. So that's why when you see femicide, it means women being killed. Homicide, person being killed. Homo, person, side, kill, person being killed. Okay. Shout out to the people on Instagram who said they would love to attend any course I teach. I am going to start putting out some courses, some master classes. So hopefully you all will join. But I love hearing you guys know about what is Scholasticide, and Sick in the Head is always going to keep you on track to tap the like button. Tap the like button on the video. We have made it to 600 viewers. Y'all late for class though. Y'all late for class because it is 10:42. Okay, it is 10:42, so y'all late for class. Okay. So let me also this is just a real quick side note, but I read a chapter of my new book to my really good friend James Bland this morning. And in the same chapter, I made him laugh and cry. She's a writer. She's a writer. So really proud of myself for that. But while we close out this whole conversation on IZZY having a HISSY, in the meantime, you've got people protesting all over the world because right now you have got Dr. Hossam Abu Safia of Kamal Adwan Hospital, which was the last hospital that existed in Israel. In Gaza. This is a photo of him walking in his doctor's coat towards an IOF vehicle after it had. I definitely just heard a snowplow. It's going to snow. I definitely just heard a plow go by. Dang it. I'm supposed to meet with my new psychiatrist today. Well, we're going to be on Zoom. So Dr. Hossam Abu Safia has been arrested and detained by the Israeli Defense Forces. He has also been taken to a prison that is notorious for torturing folks. And people are not having it. And there has been quite an outcry. And finally, we're seeing even like the medical community be like, nah, now you're doing too much. So, we are going to continue to keep our voices lifted and see the safe return of Dr. Hossam Abu Safia. It's just really scary when you just really see what we're watching in real time and how boldly people will lie to your face. This interview with Antony Blinken really saying that, what's going on isn't what's going on. Remember, your eyes are not lying to you, okay? Your eyes are not lying to you. They can continue to try to meet with force. They can continue to try to convince people that what we're seeing is not what we're seeing, but it is what we're seeing. And it is imperative that we support each other in not doing this whole thing about conspiracy theories. I'll talk about that later in the show, what I mean by that, but really just lifting each other up and encouraging curiosity as compassion. So I just wanted to make sure that we get that out there because I don't think a lot of people are falling for it anymore. So this is the time in the show where I take a little break and you get an opportunity to show your love, show your love, show your love, show your love. Ooh, Ooh, said, hit me in the cash app, baby. Drop it in the super, baby. Showing your love, showing your love, showing your love. Show your love. Ooh, sha la 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 la. Show your love. Show. Someone said now do a cameo rendition. Ooh. Show your love, show your love, show your love, say show your love. I said, girl, I want you to show me. Say, girl, I want you to show me. That's my cameo rendition, y'all. That's my cameo rendition. Let's get into some 60-second headlines. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right. Well, we're going to start. It's not really like, there's not really like good news right now. I have some good news for you tomorrow. Well, some like nice news. It's not necessarily like good news, just like what it is. So Blavity.com reports that John Sheeran, a 15-year-old, wait, before I do this, please subscribe. Let me just say that. Please subscribe to the page. Subscribe to the page. If you're watching on Instagram, don't watch on Instagram. Come on over to YouTube. Yes, come to YouTube, subscribe, and join us. Okay. Someone just said, well, there's good all the time. There is good all the time, but there isn't always good, quote unquote, news and what we consider to be news. Okay. All right. Blavity.com reports John Sheeran, a 15-year-old white teen from Massachusetts, has pleaded guilty after being accused of nearly drowning a black teenager in a pond. Sheeran is facing charges for attempted murder and assault with a dangerous weapon. He is being charged as a youthful offender, meaning he could be sentenced as an adult. So let me tell you how this went down. Allegedly, Sheeran and another white minor bullied their peer at Goose Pond in Chatham, Massachusetts on July 19th, 2023. According to the Cape and Islands District Attorney's Office, the three minors entered the pond together after the black teenager said he can't swim. Okay, this is not blaming the victim. Baby, why you did that? Did they pull him into the pond? They didn't write that, but I'm just going to hope that that's what it is. Because, baby, why you went in that pond with them boys when you know you can't swim? Per the attorney's office, Sheeran proceeded to pull on the victim's life jacket and submerged him underwater 4 to 5 times, causing the victim breathing distress. Here's where it goes to a whole other level. The third juvenile laughed at the victim during the attempted drowning and referred to the victim as, quote unquote, George Floyd. Now, I know that someone asked, where was his parents? Y'all, parents don't be everywhere. They're 15. They're 15. But I'm pretty sure that when he went home and told his parents, that's how it ended up in court. This situation, though, is one that is actually like, it's actually lucky that he made it out alive, because we have heard stories of other, okay? We have heard stories of worse. And the additional voicing of like, oh, it's George Floyd makes this a hate crime. It make it a hate crime. So I feel like, I don't know where this is going to go, but remember when I was on that man Shannon Sharp show? Remember when I was on his little show? And I spoke about kids being racist, and he said, "Oh, kids will be kids." You remember that? Y'all remember that? And then people was also trying to say that I was making it up. You remember that? Because people love to just act like I'm just talking out my ass, like I'm not brilliant. But anyway, there's a whole book called Raising Racists, The Socialization of White Children in the Jim Crow South that you can go and check out. Because the fact of the matter is, indoctrination is a real thing. And at the end, and even if children don't know what they're pushing forward, they're still doing it. Hello. Y'all say I remember. Y'all say I remember. I'm writing about it in my book. Y'all, I'm gonna write about it in my book. This is what's imperative to keeping racism going is having children who are carrying it forward. That's why there is so much scholasticide. That's why there is so much effort to skew the facts of the truth. That's why there is so much effort to suppress knowledge and history. Hello. That's why. That's why there is so much effort to remove mindfulness from schools, because mindfulness creates empathy. And once you embolden and you feed empathy, a lot of stuff comes out of that. Courage, love, compassion. Empathy is powerful, bro. Empathy is super duper powerful. So once you start seeing when you're seeing the continued suppression of that tells you all you need to know about what the goal is. Okay. Let me see if y'all saying anything. Oh, my mother. Loving your educational show. I'm learning so much information. I'm not talking to my mother right now. Brooklyn C says, kids are racist. There are children in my school who constantly say the N-word as white individuals, bully those who are immigrants, et cetera, et cetera. Remember that video where they was at the PTA meeting and there was a Latino parent who, I just remember he had on a dress shirt and like a Patagonia vest. And he was like with the mic and he said, they are bullying my son. And he does not want to go to school. There are kids who are afraid to go to school here. And then the white guy was like, so then go back to Mexico. And the old white lady says, oh, how dare you? And I'm going to say, how dare you to the person who's telling me, please stop. You don't know my situation. You do not know my situation. I wish y'all would really just know when to hold them and know when to fold them. So that was that man saying these racist kids in this school is bullying my child. And then a racist pappy spoke up and it was your racist kid that was probably doing all this shit to the schools. Now we say go back to Ireland because remember the little baby, the little gymnast? Remember the little black gymnast? She was in line with all the other white gymnasts. And she was in line with all the other white gymnasts, and they were like giving out medals, and the lady skipped over her and gave it to the white children. Do you remember that? Remember that? You telling me that baby didn't know what was going on? You telling me them other white kids didn't know what was going on? They knew. They knew what was going on. Now, this is actually really funny. Rolando said it's been funny AF seeing black people tell Elon go back to Africa. That is actually quite hilarious. Quite hilarious. So, listen to the children when they tell you about people being racist, adults, children, etc. Okay. Let's get into our next story. So Jimmy Carter died. I was trying to find that picture of him with that African president. Because like the African president and him are both posed up like I had seen it so many times on the day of his passing, but I couldn't find it again for the show. So go and look for that. Go ahead and look for that. He is apparently the oldest president. He lived to 100. He's the oldest president to live. He's the longest living president. That's what it is. He's the longest living president. But the other thing I didn't know that people in the Middle East really don't be rocking with him. And Emerson, can you talk quieter, por favor? I didn't. And the music, no música, por favor. Y'all see me working?
Sorry. No.
Come on, y'all know better than that.
Okay.
Thank you. So, Jimmy Carter was apparently, like, people don't really rock with him in the Middle East. I didn't know. Jimmy Carter jacked up the Middle East. So I got to get on my history for Jimmy Carter because, you know, they be trying to make out like Jimmy Carter was the nice guy. He was a peanut farmer from Georgia. And the truth of the matter is Jimmy Carter was still the president. And at the end of the day, the president is not a good person at the end of the day. Like, we all know that. If you the president, well, hold on, wait, pause. Miss Laisha, who just told me, talked to my mama, said I'm being a hypocrite. I just realized I'm not talking to my daughter. Sorry, Amanda, I'm working in my blind spots. You see, this is, but you see this? This is what I love. I love us all seeing ourselves. Like, hold on now. So Jimmy Carter, he spent the rest of his life though trying not to be trash. I'll give him that because he it's Miss Latia. Sorry, Miss Latia. I'm just reading what I'm looking at. Latia could be Laisha or Latia, even in all Black settings. He worked with Habitat for Humanity to build houses for the poor. You know, he spoke outwardly about what Israel is doing to Palestinians and how they're harming them. He actually spoke very honestly about America turning a blind eye to that. So I think that he was really trying his best to at least preserve a legacy that is not attached to the work that ends up being done as the president of the United States, which involves colonialism, which involves bombing places for the goal of, taking money and resources. And I think he might be the last president to have gotten in there and not really knew what was going on in there. I don't know. Some feels like he got in there and was like, hold up, what y'all doing in here? Oh my God. Wait, what y'all doing in here? Because, you know, it's the Department of Defense and the Department of State that really end up running things. And he was in there like, I got to get back to the peanut farm. I think you also in that position can go one of two ways. Most people go the other way where they just get sick with power. But I think, you know, he might have been one of those people that actually got in there and saw things that he hadn't seen before and was like, whoa. He actually had put up solar panels on the White House, and your man, Ronald Reagan, took him off. So, you know, rest in peace to Jimmy Carter. By the way, he is the longest living president, and Chuck Grassley was just sworn in as president pro tempore. He's third in line for the presidency, and he is 91. 91. That's third in line for the presidency is 91. So let's get into our last story of 60-second headlines. Okay. Trump done been lucky because a lot of folks have just remember Jack Smith and the whole documents case. He just said, whatever, y'all got it. However, Judge Juan Merchan ruled Friday that President-elect Donald Trump's guilty verdict on 34 felony counts in New York won't be thrown out due to his presidential election. The judge set Trump's sentencing for just 10 days before his inauguration, but made clear he doesn't intend to sentence Trump to prison. It's Mershon. Okay. Members of Congress will meet on Capitol Hill today amid winter storm alerts. Have you noticed it's January 6th? Has anyone noticed? It is January 6th. They have met on Capitol Hill today amid winter storm alerts to officially certify the election of President-elect Donald Trump. The ceremonial process will clear the way for Trump's inauguration as the 47th president in 2 weeks on January 20th. So there you have it. There you have it. So that is where we're at, guys. We have a president who's about to be sentenced, but he's not gonna go to prison. The judge told him, I'm not gonna put you in prison. But even just the context of you waiting, you getting sentenced, even that is like, what is we really doing? How is we? And so that's just that. Now, this is the 34 counts about, using the money. It's more of a white collar crime situation anyway, but nonetheless, I think I actually agree with you right here, Joni. It's quite rich that Trump gets a peaceful certification that he denied the country 4 years ago, and he's a convicted felon doing it. We can't make this up. We cannot make this up. So it's the time in the show for us to get to a little segment that I am calling Hold on, I gotta prepare. A little segment that I am calling the Gangsta Globes. What's up, y'all? Hold on, let me get my jaunt straight. What's up, y'all? What's up? Oh my God, I ain't seen y'all in so long. What's up, y'all? It is your cousin Sissy. How y'all doing today? How y'all doing? Oh my God, I ain't seen y'all in so long. What's up? It is time for us to get into the Golden Gangsta Globe Awards. Now they had done the Golden Globes the other night, and like that's an award show where they have like all the actors and the film and TV industry in there, and it was real like whatever. Like I didn't even see nobody really talking about it because it really wasn't that important. You know what I'm saying? It really wasn't that important, so people wasn't really even really like talking about it like that. But nonetheless, what I did notice though was that like they be having all these award shows for things that like ain't really like that great. Like it's like, okay, like you did a show, you did a TV thing, like you did something like that. Like why is that even like important like that? So I said, you know what? We need to actually have an award show for something that like actually matters. You know what I mean? Like we need to do an award show for something that actually matters. And so I said, we gonna have us the Gangsta Globes, because the Gangsta Globes, like that's what this is about. Is the Gangsta Globes is about us honoring the nations that is really out here saying, oh hell no. Okay, like the nations that's really showing you we is gangsters and we not playing with y'all. And we need to see that as much as possible, because y'all really need to understand that like the world is bigger than just the United States. The world is bigger than the United States. Okay, so we have the Gangsta Globes, and that's what we're doing today. Our first Gangsta Globe winner is the country of Mozambique. Now, I don't know if y'all know what Mozambique is, but Mozambique is in the country, is on the continent of Africa, okay? And Mozambique, these people said, y'all not gonna play with us. Y'all not gonna play with us. And what they did was, they said, the police keep trying us when we are protesting. So we about to go ahead and try the police. Let's take a look at what they was on.
Comandante tá de volta! Comandante! Comandante! Comandante tá de volta! Comandante tá de volta! Comandante tá de volta! Comandante! 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 Tá de volta, comandante! Meu Deus do céu! Meu Deus! Moçambique, esse país é nosso! Comandante está de volta!
Okay, let me tell y'all. They said, y'all gonna arrest us, we gonna arrest y'all. Do you understand how gangster that is? Do you understand how real it is to say, you know what, police, we ain't playing with y'all. Y'all ain't gonna keep us back. No. And so they said, we gonna be right here arresting y'all. Mozambique, we stand with you. You get the award. You get the FIFO award, Mozambique. You get the FIFO award. Now, if you're wondering why I'm out of breath, it's because the FedEx man was outside. And when I ran downstairs to tell him, I'm here, he stood there for a good 30 seconds looking at me like I wasn't making sense. Sir, I'm poking my head out my house saying I'm here. He's like, well, I've been here. I'm like, I'm working, sir. I'm working. What do you mean I'm working? I ran outside as fast as I can. And the whole time, he's just, I said, why are you so bothered? Why are you so bothered? Because I'm bothered because I stand in here. Yes, and now I'm here now. Signing the shit. I'm working right now. It's the middle of the day. It's 11 a.m. God dang. What you mean at least he waited? There's no at least he waited. He rang the doorbell. I ran downstairs. And he's not the regular FedEx man. The other FedEx man is cool. At least he waited. Y'all be coming with the most random at leasts. At least he waited. Waited for what? He rang the doorbell. And then I went downstairs. They don't ring my bell and run. They don't do that over here. They ring the bell and it literally says, please ring and knock. And guess what? He didn't knock. It says ring and knock. Okay. Ring and knock. Anywho, all these men around me today is just acting up. They just acting up. All these men around me just acting up. All right. The next winner in our FIFO awards the next winner in our Gangsta Globes awards goes to Not Today, Not the One, Korea. Okay, let me tell y'all about Korea. So basically the way it went down is that they had a president who was like, martial law. Martial law. And like, you can't just be doing it in Korea. You can't just be like throwing in martial law like it's like, putting some Old Bay on the omelet. You can't do that. So his name is President Yoon Suk Yeol. And we saw the people protesting like, get him out of here. We don't like that. He tried to throw in martial law. Get him out of here. We don't like that. We don't like that. And guess what? They got him out of there. The people said, we are getting you out of here. And they got him out of there. However, After they got him out of there, there was a whole situation where anti-corruption investigators had tried to probe him over this like willy-nilly martial law that he threw in there, and they could not arrest him because his peoples around him was like, no, you can't arrest him. You can't arrest him. They formed a human chain, honey, to not let him get arrested. Korea said, not today, not the one. We coming to arrest you. We're so dedicated to coming to arrest you. We actually going to get an extension of the warrant. Okay, so they got an extension of the warrant to arrest the impeached president Yoon Suk Yeol hours before the current warrant expired. They said, we're not playing with you. We are not the one. We are not the one. So just go on and comply, President Yoon. Okay, because it's gonna suck y'all anyway. It's gonna suck y'all anyway. Now I want to go back to Mozambique because I was so flustered. I was so flustered by the FedEx man that I did not let y'all know why they was protesting in the first place. And if I'm doing like my job as a journalist, like here supporting Amanda, like I need to make sure that I give y'all the actual facts. The protest popped off in Mozambique after candidate Venancio Mondlane called for demonstrations against the results of the October 9th election, which he says was rigged. Okay. In favor of the ruling Frelimo party, which has been holding power for 50 years. So, I mean, like the odds of it being rigged is kind of high because they really like, we're not giving up this power. So the problem though was that the violence left around 300 people dead, according to a tally by a local rights group. Now, he done left the country after they murked his lawyer. He said, woo, I'm out of here, okay? He went into self-exile. He said, I'm going somewhere y'all not going to find me, okay? He born identity himself out of there. But recently, as of today, he has said, you know what? If they're going to be murking my people, I got to be there with my people. They're going to be killing my brothers and murdering my brothers. I'm going to be there. So Mondlane said, if it's for me, if it's because of Venancio, then Venancio will be on Thursday at 8 a.m. at Mabilan International Airport. So he's planning to be there on Thursday. But I'm going to tell y'all something now. Anybody who be talking about themselves in the third person, just watch out for them. Anybody who be talking about themselves in the third person, just watch out for them. Okay? That's all I'm going to say. I don't know, bro. I don't know, dude. But anytime I see people talking about themselves in the third person, I be like, oh, what's going on here? What's going on here? I don't know. This feels uncomfortable for me. Okay, the last winner of our Gangsta Globes Awards is the Keep Playing in Our Faces and You Gonna Get the F Out Award from Honduras. Okay, so congrats, Honduras. Yes. So the Honduras president said, I don't know who y'all think I am. I don't know who y'all think we is, but you got the wrong one. President Xiomara Castro, in her New Year's address, had this to say. Now, if y'all listening on podcast, you just gonna hear some Spanish real quick, but I'm gonna tell y'all what she said when we come back.
Una actitud hostil de expulsión masiva de nuestros hermanos, tendríamos que considerar un cambio en nuestras políticas de cooperación con Estados Unidos, especialmente en el campo militar, en el que sin pagar un centavo por décadas mantienen bases militares en nuestro territorio, que en este caso perderían toda la razón de existir en Honduras.
Okay, so basically what she had said was, United States, like y'all be having your military like on our country, and it don't do nothing for us, but we just be letting it rock because we nice. But if y'all gonna play in our faces, and you gonna send our Honduran folks that came to the United States back to Honduras, you gonna split up their family, you gonna split up their lives, you gonna disrupt their cheering, then you know what? You can't be in our country no more with this military base. Y'all gonna have to get out. We're not gonna be nice no more. Y'all not being cool with us. We're not gonna be cool with you. Quit playing in our faces. They making it clear, okay? And then you got the other lady in Mexico, the President Claudia Sheinbaum, and she was like, I know y'all not trying to act like you went into a fentanyl, y'all trying to make up stories like they went, and she said that they made up a whole story that they went into a fentanyl making meal in I think it was in Sinaloa in Mexico, but she was like, y'all made all that up. Quit playing with me. So basically these folks are saying, quit playing with us in general. So I just want to say, I don't care about no Golden Globe. Okay. I don't care about no globe. I said we need to give out the Gangsta Globes to folks, nations, and people who are really showing us an example of what it is to be G'd up. Because out here in the United States, Los Estados Unidos, in the United States, we done forgot what that is. They done given us all the candy and all the cars to make everybody forget what it is to do that. But guess what? We gotta get reminded, and we done been reminded by Mozambique, Korea, and Honduras. I'm your girl, Cousin Sassy. I hope you enjoy. I have not brought Cousin Sassy out in so long. That FedEx man threw me off. Oh my God. He was so like, the other FedEx man would have been like, oh my God, yay, you here. Yay. This man looked at me like, I gotta walk back these 2 feet. Then Jordy was trying to like get in him, and you know, West Indian people don't really be about the dogs. So he's like, get the dog away from me. I'm about to tell them, please don't send that man back to my house. Please, wait, why am I still talking like Cousin Sassy? I'm about to tell them, please don't send him back. Please. Please. I understand he may be having a tough day, but like, why? I'm literally yelling to him like, yo, I'm here. I'm here. I am here. I am here. Okay. Y'all. Cousin Sassy. Okay. I'm back. Sorry. I get distracted. Y'all know I get distracted. That's that little ADHD I got going on. So, I want to put you on to this new, wait, what? What are you talking about? Small doses disappeared from my purchased audiobooks. I wanted to know if this was your decision. If so, I respect it. If not, no, I did not do that. I have not done anything to do that. So I'm not sure why that would be the case. So please raise hell. Okay. Well, you know, they all saying some nice things. Vive Nicolette said, I had my mom watching your show with me the other day, and she was not only learning, sis, but she was cackling. Yay! Ask Pandora. I was thinking we need news centered on us and our interests in the world, and not just capitalism and their agenda. Okay, exactly. That's why we do this. The tea I am drinking is Tulsi Sweet Rose by Organic India. Now, we're starting a new segment called the bonus question.
Bonus question. Bonus question. Bonus question. Bonus question. BONUSQUESTION. Question.
Welcome. You know you want to hear it again, so we're gonna play it again.
Bonus question. Bonus question. Bonus question. Bonus question. BONUSQUESTION. Question.
I love it. Bonus question. Bonus question. Bonus question. Bonus question. Okay, so every week I'll be presenting you with a bonus question, and you will get the opportunity to leave a message for me at viewsfromamandaland.com. You can also get there by going to amandaseals.com. So today's bonus question is, what kind of tree are you and why? But let me give you some background and why I'm asking this question. I want to show you this video.
There's only one thing I can tell you, and that is be true to whoever you are. It's up to other people whether they can accept you, and you have to accept that. You know, I mean, if they don't, can't, will not, what can you do? You persist. Be more like nature, more accepting of your right to be how you are and to express yourself. I always think of myself, a tree, basically producing what it is that I produce. People complain, they used to anyway, why did you do this? Why don't you do that? And I can only say that, would you say that to a peach tree?
Thank you, sis. So the bonus question is, what kind of tree are you and why? So please go to amandaseals.com and you can go to Views from AmandaLand, the Views from AmandaLand tab, and you can leave a message. And on Thursday, I will post the segment of me responding to your messages on what kind of tree are you and why. Now, I will tell you that I am a mangrove tree. So you can go look up a mangrove tree. A mangrove tree is a tree that grows in tropical climates, and it has like all the different roots that are actually exposed. And those roots are really deep, and they form an incredibly effective force against flooding, against storms. They help to preserve the soil. They help to protect not only their own ecosystem of animals, but also they help to protect from flooding for like the human towns and villages that are by them, right? Also, mangroves, because of this, they can handle the storm. And I feel like I handle the storm because my roots are deep. My roots are deep. So I am a mangrove. I see y'all down here talking about your different trees, and I hope that you will utilize my new call-in feature and leave me a message with what kind of tree are you. Again, you have to leave your message by Wednesday night because I will then post the video of me responding to your bonus questions right here on YouTube, Amanda Seals TV, on Thursday. Look at that. We're expanding. All right, we've come to the end. Y'all. So let's do this. PSA. So today's public sales announcement is about the concept of asking questions and when is it appropriate. I put this in the context of what happened recently with the man who pulled up and had the car explode outside of the Trump building, as well as the man who attacked the people on Bourbon Street in New Orleans with his vehicle. And a lot of the news that has been coming out has been kind of sketchy. And so people I've seen are asking questions about what could this really be? Is this something fishy, etc.? And I saw people being offended by this. People were saying, you're not respecting the dead. This is not the time to ask questions. And I just want to pose the concept that at this phase in American life, we have to ask these questions immediately to actually show respect for the dead. Because for so long, we have been tricked and we have been silenced and we have been manipulated. And so many people have actually lost their lives in ways that were never questioned. And they knew that when they took these people's lives, that they wouldn't be questioned because they had been so effective at creating this concept of conspiracy theorism amongst Americans and looking at that as a bad thing. When the truth of the matter is, when we study history, we understand that this entire country is based on conspiracy. It's not theoretical, it's actual. And so when you come to really understand this and start listening to people who have been in these halls of power, you realize that you do have to ask questions. Because if you don't ask the questions, they'll never get asked. And more people will continue to struggle, or to even worse, lose their lives because they knew that the people would be quiet. So I just hope that we can understand that we can have like multiple things and hold multiple things in our mind at once. We can say that this is a tragedy, these lives are lost, and it is absolutely terrible and terrifying, as well as ask questions about what really happened here, and is the source of the information that we're being told a reliable source. And maybe if it's mainstream media or the alphabet police or any part of law enforcement, then you already know it is not a reliable source. And that has been my public seals announcement. PSA. All right, y'all. Hope everybody had a good one. We're back. The year is beginning and we are in the mix. All right. We are in the mix. If you have not subscribed to my newsletter, please do so that you can make sure that you are in tune with all the things I got going on. For instance, we just brought the Harriet Tubman pistol pin back. And so I know some of y'all missed out on that the first time. And so you're going to want to get that again. And you're going to want to make sure that you are up, because what I'm going to be doing whoa, what? Justin Trudeau resigned today? Huh. I'm going to have to bring that on the show tomorrow. I got to go do some research. Whoa, that is crazy. Okay. I wonder okay, I got to do more research. Okay. That's bugged out. That's bugged out. Wow. Okay. Or he's going to resign, or he did resign. Now I'm getting, I don't know. Okay. Someone confirmed. All right. That's why we do Views from AmandaLand Live, so we can get news in real time. So I'm going to check that out. And I saw somebody asked for this, and I am the kind of person that gives the people what they want. Hold on. Oh, not that one. Hold on.
Bonus question. Bonus question. Bonus question. Bonus question.
Okay, so I gave you that. All right. But I got to come through real quick and thank everybody who gave us supers during the show. Thank you so much for showing love. Thank you to Nancy Walton. Thank you to Mr. Jackadam. Thank you, Crystal Amani. Thank you, Tondelayo Gamble. Always generous. Thank you, Chevy Siobhan, Mrs. Benny B, Sonia, Marquise, Julia Bueno. Yes, Bueno, Julia Bueno. Reviews with a Z. Thank you, Nia, as always. Thank you, Annie Eccles. Hot Skull, J2001, appreciate you. Roger Stays Creative, we love that. Shout out to Philly. Amal Hussein, you gonna be joining the SEAL Squad? Yay! We got Low M, we got AFA giving us some euros, appreciate that. We got Wizney, I never know when people put the numbers. I've been calling Black 6 lakh for years. And thank you so much for giving 2 donations to the show. I appreciate y'all so much. And make sure that you tell a friend what we do here Monday through Wednesday, 10 a.m. Eastern, Views from AmandaLand. And before we get out of here, you know what to do. I got to hit y'all with one of these. Hold on. I really tried to do that really quick and I messed it up. Okay, hold on. I'm going to hit you with one of these. I enjoyed laughing and learning with you. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And tell your friends. Also, listen to the podcast. It's available everywhere pods are casted. Listen ad-free by subscribing to Patreon Amanda Seals. Come on and join the Seal Squad. Views from AmandaLand. Live 10 a.m. Eastern, Monday through Wednesday, with content on Thursday and Friday at YouTube Amanda Seals TV.
Smart, funny, and